First ever video camera capability camera, and that will be called Instax Mini Evo Cinema. Hold your breath for the brand video. To watch content or used to watch videos in different styles, and audio also used to be different. Like for example, 1960 is an era when that era. 1970 is something inspired from CRT, color television. 2020 from mobile. So this is one of the key highlight feature of this particular camera. Then apart from that, it has a lot of different features in this camera. So as I spoke about the number one point, eras died, starting from 1930 to 2020. Then you have degree control. So 10 different levels of degree control and 10 eras, that means 100 different possibilities you can create. Now, you have that nostalgic print lever in this particular camera. This is how the camera looks like, right? Nostalgic, old school, old style camera. And you can use a viewfinder, right? Then you have zoom lever. You can zoom in, zoom out. You have an option of still and cinema. And of course you have different buttons and dials for playback and then going into the menu and doing some settings. It comes with different attachments. So this camera comes with a viewfinder piece which you can just attach to it. And then it is also coming with grip, which gives a perfect grip for the camera. Now, this camera is 3-in-1. Why? Because so far, whatever cameras we have launched, it's about either instant camera or as well as a smartphone printer camera. But then this camera also can do video shooting. It can act as a still image shooting camera as well as smartphone printer. That means the images what are there in your smartphone can be directly printed through this camera. So that's why it's a 3-in-1 hybrid instant camera. Now, there are lots of different possibilities with this camera. Now, when I said you can make movies or short films like a 15-seconder inside the camera, but I have tested myself. 5 seconds, let's say if I go to a 1930 dial, I create a nostalgic video, then maybe I take a break, then I will make it in 1970, then I will make it in 2020. So different eras can be seen in one video. That's one thing. With the app, you can make a 15-seconder video plus a 15-seconder video. You can edit it and you can make it a 30-seconder video also with the app. Then these videos, how do you watch it? You can have QR code on the instant film, like an instant camera, and then you scan the QR code with the help of the app and you can watch the video. Plus, you can directly print from your smartphone. While in still images, you can also have other features like different frames. As per the era, you can have different frames in different eras. Plus, you can have a lot of features. Like you can have a self timer, you can remotely control this camera through your mobile. So these are different features which can be used in this particular camera. So this was about the camera. I would like to show you some Indian.
Speak louder than punchlines. He's taught us that music can say what words cannot, and that sometimes the longest journey is the one you take inwards into yourself. He's an architect of emotion, a wanderer of stories, a filmmaker whose work lives way beyond box offices and awards, and for many of us, like me, deep inside personal memory. Please put your hands together for the visionary, the traveler, the director who changed how all of us feel about love, relationships, and cinema. Imtiaz Ali, ladies and gentlemen. This is where India sees the first of these babies. I can't wait to get my hands on one. And I'm sure you can't too.
Now the magic that you used to actually manually put out there is easily accessible by videos to be able to turn a dial and be able to do what Imtiaz Ali can.
But yeah, the fact that it is so easily done but it is done for a shorter period or for instant photography. That is quite precious. Also, it starts to, like, even if you're a film director, you know, it can give you some ideas that you can then implement on film. So that can be a kickback for me.
But what is really interesting is, I was wondering, Arun, what would be the insights that actually led to designing something like the Mini Evo Cinema? Like, what was the customer feedback? What did you want to fulfill in the consumer's list of wants and needs? And how creativity shapes itself today?
So, Instax traditionally, or as a category, is assumed as an instant camera. Like you just click and then instant images comes. But mostly it is preferred by Gen Zs and millennials. Why so? Because with apps, with a lot of features, you can do wonderful creativity with this particular camera. About this particular camera, Cinema Evo, I feel that we realize that most of the Gen Zs and millennials, they live around photos and videos.
And the world of instant photography.
Yes, and of course they are on social media throughout their journey. And that's where we found that there's an opportunity where we can create a product which can serve both the purpose. So far we were having only those products which were giving that instant still images. Now we have a camera which can create short movies, 15-second in the camera, or maybe you can edit and you can make it a 30-second also with an app. So you can go to 30-second also. But yeah, it solves the purpose of creating a video as well. That's the reason.
That's interesting. You know, back to you, Imtiaz, you way deeper into what we see, you know, ostensibly at the surface level. How challenging was it to create and to tell a story in such a short format way?
I started with the product first.
Okay.
You know, what I did is that I looked through the lens, I changed the ear filters, I saw what the image then was becoming. For instance, if you're driving and you see Bombay through a certain era, you know, and suddenly then you start thinking about what you can do with it and what kind of picture you can take, which will in a way replicate the cinema of the era, but you know, but also with your freshness or your story added to it, your style added to it. So I went in like that, and then I changed eras. And of course, as he's saying, it's a wonderful feature that you can have these short films. Because although I'm a long format director, and but like every other person, I'm also on Instagram. And I do consume stuff that comes on Instagram, and most of them are short format. And sometimes if there is something precious happening, I also put out a short video like that, apart from just photographs. So this gives you the ability, basically, as I've realized, that I'm saying it in common parlance, you can shoot a 15-second with an app, a 30-second film, and then the camera generates a QR code, and then which can be read by a phone, and it straight away goes into the memory of the phone or the processor of the phone, and then you can edit it if you like, or just put it on Instagram. So for a common user like me, I can even do that. So the kind of film therefore that I can put out on my handles on social media can be like this. Can be done so easily.
Right. And just to lead out, segue into why, I mean, you already said that the Gen Zs love instant photography, but who is the product actually aimed at? What is it designed for? Are they only the Gen Zs? Because then in that case, Imtiaz and I...
Age limitation per se, but anybody who wants to create a beautiful content in short format and can do a different style of storytelling. For all those people, I think this product is apt product.
So it's for those who also value visuals over just cataloging the life or
Exactly.
just putting it out there. So, you know, Imtiaz, back at what you were saying some time back, of course you've covered some of it, but these films were short, but they were, within 15 seconds, they felt sort of emotionally complete, okay? This to feel the wind on your hair and for it to be projected that way, you actually experience something that, you know, you may not have done it if it was not shot in this style.
So I just wanted to know how did the video cinema and its short video format actually influence the way you wanted to bring that moment out?
See, if one has to take a moving image of oneself or anybody else through the rear view mirror of a moving car that is going at any speed. If you do it with a large camera, then you've got apparatus, you know better how that happens. And it's a huge mechanism. Then sometimes when you do that, then you've got to bring out the reality of the moment, because with all that infrastructure, sometimes you lose the moment. What sets you free is the fact that this you can hold like this. And I love the fact that there is a viewfinder which has suddenly dropped off somewhere. Yeah, it must have.
It's under your sofa.
Okay, so this one. So it just sets you free because you can just aim and shoot in a way, and you can look through this and aim and shoot, or you can remove this and then shoot like this by seeing the picture.
You yourself changed the era how the camera looks by taking the viewfinder out. So when it's looking like this, it's looking like some techno machine.
Yeah.
But you put the viewfinder on and it's taking me back centuries where filmmakers used to use those directors' viewfinders, and you know how filmmakers always talk in terms of filmmaker ka look.
Yeah, so because I'm a century-old filmmaker, I always tend to look through the viewfinder. So the first thing I asked your executives actually is that, is there a viewfinder? Because to look like this is very impersonal. But if I look like this, then I'm switching it on now.
Also helps the fluctuating eyesight for 30 plus. Of course, we've got a while there.
Yes, it's true. So if I look like this, it's always going to be more somehow personal. And also when I'm looking through the viewfinder, nobody is looking at me. I feel a little covered by the camera. So, you can just
It's also great for introverts who want to pretend no one's looking at them when you're shooting.
And many filmmakers are
Most of them are, if you ask me. Arun sir, how is this different from smartphone photography? I mean, of course, you've already explained in your presentation, and I think it's pretty much answered all of that. But how, in your mind, would it be different from what people are shooting off their smartphones?
So, Instax as a category itself is completely different, and of course it has its own space compared to smartphone. But when I compare this product with smartphone, I would say smartphone captures everything, and this particular camera lets you capture what matters the most, what kind of emotional storytelling you want to do in such a short span of time. And it challenges you also, that you have a limitation of time, and then how you can create a beautiful story out of it. And definitely that nostalgia, the look and feel, takes you to the old school, that feeling. That's what the basic difference between a smartphone and this.
You feel really serious about shooting some really banal stuff.
I
when
really won't do that.
Making looking really serious and
I did capture some of the shot right now while you people were sitting and talking.
I was thinking Imtiaz's profile picture now should be a side angle shot of him looking through this. Maybe
Through the viewfinder.
Yeah, see, I've given you an idea. Okay. Imtiaz, of course, we've had instances where there has been instant photography and we've had, smaller motion picture cameras. But the idea that you can shoot motion picture, even if it's 15 seconds or 30, and then you choose a frame to print a moment out is quite a unique concept, the fact that it's combined with the same camera. So how can you use that more creatively? Give me off-the-hat ideas for what it means to be creative with it.
Okay, for instance, I have to use it in a long format film. What can happen is that I can choose to shoot short videos from this and show it as the memory of a character. It's like a film is going on and
We did it, no?
Yeah.
We kept putting instant pictures. Gajni, you remember?
Gajni does that. But you can now also put moving images. For instance, if you're shooting this and you have a 15-second some moving memory that Gajni or any character thinks of, then we can have it shot exactly from here, and there is enough technology to support this coming on the big screen. But it will look like a memory, like a different film. So you can actually be using this. For instance, in many films one does that, and I'm sure that other filmmakers also do it, but from my experience, for instance in Rockstar, the beginning is not shot on a big format camera. Because it's supposed to be like that, it's supposed to be, a more intimate moment. And a moment which is more like it could be telecast of a television. It's not even chunky. So I think chunky also we've used a lot of such alternate cameras. So definitely this has the feature of already putting you onto a certain era. For instance, if I was shooting Chamkila and this camera was in my possession, I could have just gone to the 19.
I hope you will be working on some other period drama and all, so where we can collaborate and we can do something on it.
Absolutely. Okay. Interesting question. Would you say then, of course we are talking about how beautiful, the experiences look and our moods look and our ears change and our visuals change. So are you saying then that it's a niche product or is it a mass product? How would you slot it?
I would say this is a different category altogether. I would not say it's a niche or because you have a lot of content creators in the country and they are posting it on social media a lot. So I won't say it's a niche or a mass product. I can't even say that it's a mass product also. I would say it's a different category altogether. Those who wants to do such creative storytelling, they should try this product and maybe create some beautiful different kind of content.
Yeah, or budding filmmakers or people who just don't want.
So the moment you consumer to the normal person, he attaches to that nostalgia. I feel nostalgia is also something that gives us strength as we go forward into an unknown world. I feel that there is great value in nostalgia. It also keeps your emotional center. And it attaches you to things that are precious to you, which might not be with you at that moment. So I feel, and I see that, not only in feature films, where people, directors and filmmakers use nostalgia as a very powerful tool, but I also see from just social media, from Instagram, that a lot of stuff is about nostalgia, and it's about memories. So, I feel there is a great basis of nostalgia in society.
Currently, according to the metadata also, the most engaged real, when we were using phones like this and when we were, looking at ads on Doordarshan, they actually released data that said that nostalgia is the one thing that keeps people highly engaged in today's world.
Yeah, look at Hollywood films. If you look at live action Hollywood films, which are not the Marvel, Super Universe, etc., you will see that most of them are backdated. Most of them are so-called period. Sometimes the period is not even specified. You just feel like in many shows also that you watch, that you are either in the 80s or 90s or something like that and using gadgets that are making you feel nostalgia. So I feel that nostalgia and the time that has gone by is always a more beautiful story than the one that's going on.
Plus, it somehow seems more credible. I don't know if you guys agree, but anything that you see comes from like 50 years ago, you feel isme sachai hai. I don't know if everyone agrees, but this is just my two bit. Okay, Imtiaz, what advice would you give young creators who are experimenting with this camera?
Well, I will feel that understand the camera, shoot anything, just go out, don't learn, don't read manuals too much. Okay, read little bit. I think your product managers will not like me for this, but I would suggest go out and shoot. Just start shooting. It's very simple, it's very easy. You start shooting and then you start discovering and then start to attach with the stories that are in your brain and then you start to put them out into in the ways that the camera you already know can do. So I would say just go out and start shooting. Go out in real locations, shoot, places, shoot people, shoot situations, and then you will see what happens. The regular, I think the great thing, there is a bug in humanity to share. Suddenly we didn't know that we are such sharing and caring people. But that sharing becomes of value and legacy if you do it through a camera like this.
So, okay, Imtiaz has told us about the
Flexible,
Still image or moving moment?
moving moment,
Printed, posted. Printed or posted?
printed.
Perfect image or an emotional image?
I'll be silly to say anything but emotional, right?
Okay. Clean digital or nostalgic look? Hello?
I don't have to
Okay, I'm
answer.
going to answer this. This is a silly question. This camera feels more like a film set or a diary?
A diary, but a personal diary.
Would you buy it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Rapid
would
fire.
have gone him to try to gift
Give
it.
you. I've been handling all day. I got no responses. Zero responses.
Good luck, me. I
Good one.
will get for ourselves.
All right, a big hand for Imtiaz Ali for being so sporting, so sweet. Thank you so much. Okay, now I'll give you really tough ones, huh? Otherwise, or if you
I'll
want
try.
easy ones, you can bypass the cameras, we'll give you easy ones. Yeah? Okay. One word to describe your own mini Evo cinema camera.
I think storytelling,
Product feature or emotional experience?
emotional experience.
Retro inspiration or modern tech?
Retro soul with modern tech.
You mixed it up, but good answer. Smartphone replacement or creative companion?
Creative company.
Agree. The future of Instax in one phrase.
Instant storytelling.
There you have it. Instant storytelling.
Storytelling, small short movies and all. But eventually the image will come out as a print form in a mini format. And then with QR you can see through that image. So, and to be honest, this is not the most highly priced model because we already have products in same price line in our Instax lineup. So from that perspective, those products are also doing well, like Evo. It's almost on the similar lines at that product. So we feel, as I said, that I'm not targeting only for Gen Zs and millennials. Majority of the consumers, I think, will be Gen Zs and millennials. But yes, those who want to do storytelling and content creation, for them also, I think this can be a right happy product.
Okay, can we have other? Yes, sir. You have
This is
one.
Lokesh from DK Bhaskar. I wanted to understand what is the future of storytelling that we creating using this video camera.
So first of all, since COVID, I think you have a lot of content creators and a lot of YouTubers and a lot of vlogging and a lot of such kind of creators have come into picture, and that is continuously increasing year on year. So I believe that this product also will create its own space in that gamut and will have a different kind of set of customers who would like to have such storytelling as well.
Yes.
It's something similar to that design and it's nostalgia. And as I said in the beginning also during my presentation, that most of Gen Zs and millennials are liking instant camera, and that's the reason of growth for Instax as a category, because they want to go back to that nostalgia. That is one of the reasons why we believe that the design also matters, which gives you that retro feel, which gives you that nostalgia, but at the same time, it has a lot of creative features which current population, current Gen Zs and millennials and current target audience likes it. That what kind of creativity you can do with such a camera.
Hi.
Other question?
Well, I wish there was an answer of the second question. Then I'd be like Osho, I'd be a guru. I don't know how to log in with your instincts, but I think being in touch with yourself and, in a way, like talking to yourself gives you suddenly these ideas that pop up in your mind at any point of time, and you involuntarily realize the merit of them and go with some of them. And I think this approach to filmmaking is necessary because it makes your own job a bit more exciting, and then you discover more things, new things, when you are when you are on the set, for instance, or when you are on the edit or even at dubbing or at any stage, you know. So I feel that everything that you do in filmmaking is the bounce board for the next, is the springboard for the next. And so being instinctive at all of those processes, you know, actually connects to the deeper information that one has and is not aware of. This has become a very psychological and philosophical answer. Now moving back to the mechanics of it and to your first question, which is whether I'd like to use it in film. Of course I would like to, and once you put onto the large screen, to the big screen, when you try to tie up with footage that has been shot with other cameras, then once you put it on, you learn what to do with it. You know what the processes can be and what therefore the advantages can be of something that is shot from this and put onto film, to a large screen. I've not done it, but it will be, I can see myself doing it.
We believe that you have to have that retro feeling, that retro design. Instant camera instax, we have a variety of products which does come with new age feeling roles, which are our entry level segment. Plus you have unique products like this which have that retro feeling as well. So we have a variety of products. But yeah, as I said, that we follow this philosophy even in our X series camera, having that nostalgic look. I think this question is for me. So, as I said in the beginning also, I'll repeat it. So, this is targeted towards anybody who wants to create content, anybody who wants to create small short storytelling and those kind of content which can be created with this particular camera, be it a 15-second or a 30-second, be it Gen Z, be it millennial, or be it any age group per se. But yes, because worldwide we have been selling lots of instant cameras, Instax across the, even in the country as well as worldwide, and we have persona classified for each particular product. From that perspective, based on our past experience, we believe that most of the youngsters, because they are into social media a lot, and they are creating a lot of such content and they want to be more creative. So majority of the target audience will be such, but yes, it does not restrict other people, other generations also to try it out. As Imtiaz said, that just go and try out this camera in different eras, and then the ideas will pour in, that what you can do with this.